Hey everybody, this is Dax, you're you. Welcome back. So I mentioned about a month or so back that I wanted to do a review or a reaction on a Grace interview, and I had mentioned that I saw an interview earlier this year in which she had just woken up from a nap, and I saw some snippets of it. I saw a little bit of it, and it was funny, and I thought it really showed Grace's personality. And then several of you jumped on immediately and said, oh, that was the Zack Sang interview. And I really liked him also. And I've just seen a few interviews on her because I'm probably going to react to a lot of her interviews eventually. But anyway, I shut this one down so I could do a reaction on it. But the one thing I've noticed about most interviewers throughout my life is that they're just not very good. But this one really impressed me. So thank you all for telling me about this one in particular, the Zack Sang show. I think it was in March. So she was 15. And so it's got a lot of her current personality in here. I think I've told y'all before that my daughter is actually 4 months older. She's only exactly 4 months older than Grace. September 15th, 2003 was when my daughter was born. So Grace, January 15th, 2004. So it's kind of interesting. What I remember from this was Grace's mannerisms are very much evidently a part of the culture because my daughter has some of the same mannerisms, like doing this and all that and everything else. So anyway, so that's kind of fun for me to watch. But anyway, so let's just jump right in and watch. I may stop it occasionally to laugh or talk about Grace or whatever, but let's jump in and watch Grace on, I think we're going to watch the whole thing probably on the Zack Sang show in March of 2019. So here we go.
Hi, it's Grace Vanderwaal. I was just on the Zack Sang show and we talked about everything. So make sure to watch it. It's very entertaining. Yeah, cool.
Let's do this.
My daughter does that. Yeah, cool. Let's do
Zack
this.
Sang Show.
Hello, beautiful humans.
Hello.
Dan's here.
Hello.
And Grace
Are we on right?
ASMR Vanderwaal is here. Yeah, we're on.
Oh, hey. Hi.
You don't even know. You know what I mean?
don't even know when the interview conversation is starting.
But maybe that's what makes it that special, right?
Yeah, authentic.
Because the energy doesn't really stop. It doesn't really shift. It's
love
just
her voice.
It's consistent.
yeah, the way we are off the air.
love,
We're on it.
Love.
I'm
Oh my
so
God, that's
honored
my
to have
daughter.
you here, Miss Vanderwaal.
Thank you.
I've been trying to get you on our show for quite some time.
No,
because
you have not.
I promise you.
Oh my God, are you serious?
I love you.
He definitely has.
You
I
love
don't believe you at all.
You loved us and Ariana before.
Yes.
I love you. I love your you.
Oh my God, stop. Because I'm like low-key starstruck, and if you keep saying this, I'm going to cry.
Low-key.
When you got up on stage and you sang that original at AGT, season 11 winner, golden buzzer human right here. I mean, that original shook me.
Thank you.
The depth of the lyrics, but also how personal they really were, and the fact that you were able to win over everybody in the room with an original record. That's powerful stuff.
Thank you. Thank you.
Is it in that moment
She's so sweet.
that you really set the tone for the rest of your career, that you're a songwriter? You're not just this cover artist who takes out her uke and, plays around with a record and
Yeah.
makes it a little bit folky?
I think that's an interesting point because I think a lot of people on those shows, the reason why it's hard to take off afterwards is because of many reasons, but also because everyone does covers, and it's hard to establish yourself as yourself afterwards. So I guess so. I mean, I was just incredibly lucky that the producers were, because the producers are a heavy, heavy, heavy input on what you sing. And if they didn't want me to sing that, I couldn't have done that. So I'm just grateful that they let me. And because without their input, I would have sang X's and O's or like Riptide or something.
And I don't think
She's
we'd
so
be
calm.
talking right now.
We probably wouldn't be talking. Isn't that crazy?
It gives me
That
goosebumps.
blows my. I'm like in such like deep thoughts mood right now, because once again, like I just woke up from like a super long nap, and like that's just crazy to me to think about. Like, just I never really think about like fate or any of that. I kind of think that's stupid. I think that everything's pretty much random and just around belief in your own determination. But then I think about those weird things that like line up so weird. And I'm like, maybe that was like supposed to be.
You kind of got to think that way in a sense, because there's so many other people who hit that stage that sing a ton of covers, and then they get judged solely based on the cover, and then they're kind of stuck in a hole and they have to climb their way out.
Yeah.
At that moment when you sat in or stood in front of the producers and sang that original, how many other original songs had you had ready to go?
Not many. I think that I had maybe one other really bad original. I was writing my
Different
songs
colored
like
fingernails.
a week before the performances during that whole process.
Whoa.
Because I had just started writing songs. I sang I Don't Know My Name way, way, way back when, even before the TV audition. And I remember there was like this whole process for months of what I was going to sing. And that was I Don't Know My Name was such a last minute decision that like I had nothing else prepared.
Wow.
That was it.
And now that I think about it, that's so stupid. I wasn't stressed out, but like I should have been stressed out because like I'm starting with an original. I can't. It'd be weird to switch to covers.
Where do I go from here?
That's and you didn't know how many weeks you had technically, because nobody told you weren't guaranteed a lifespan.
Yeah.
So when you're writing on America's Got Talent, are you writing about everything you're experiencing in that moment or throughout that week?
No, honestly, I was just trying to get songs down, like Light the Sky, Clay. I think that's all. Is that all I sang?
Beautiful.
Stray and Clay.
Yeah, I think that's it. Just Light the Sky and not Stray. And
Stray's a new one.
Stray's the new one, yeah. And Clay, like I was just trying to get stuff down, and if I finished a song and I liked it, I was like, I'm gonna sing this for the producers and get
Can't
what's it
even
called?
remember the song
like
she sang.
confirmation
That's
that I can do it.
crazy.
But in that moment, were you even confident in your own ability to say if this song is finished or good enough?
Yes, I've always been like, I don't know, I've always been so stubborn in what I know and what I like. Not really in like a spoiled way or anything, but like, I don't know, all my life I've known I don't know, it was just this weird intuition that like, I knew I was going to sing this. Like, also at the end, when I sang Clay, they wanted me to sing I Don't Know My Name again. And throughout that whole process, I was probably the most difficult contestant, like, because they're very, they let you have freedom if you put your foot down to have freedom. You know what I mean?
And when you have the talent that allows you to put your foot down.
Yeah, they were very, very lenient for me, like in everything, in what I wore and what I sang. And so at the end, I was just like, no. I'm going to do this. And they're like, you might get voted off. We've been doing this a long time. It'll be such a moment if you sing I Don't Know My Name at the very end at the finals. And I don't know, I just like had this intuition of like,
Grace
no,
follows her heart.
this is the song, man.
Yep.
And look where you're at now.
Yeah.
Paid off pretty well.
Paid off, yeah.
Does that intuition, does your gut, does it grow stronger over the since then? Like over the years between right now and AGT? Or does it stay the same?
I mean, I feel like it's not like this weird monster. I feel like it's like everyone, you know? Everyone, I'm sure you have that too. And it's just about getting in touch with that part of yourself and making sure to stay connected with that part of yourself throughout your entire career. And I think that's really important, especially for like child stars. People always ask me like, oh, well, what do you do as a child star to like stay okay? And I think the main thing is just to stay in touch with that intuition, because if you lose that, then other people will step in for that.
Yep.
And then they'll be those decisions for you.
You're becoming something you're not.
Exactly. And then you'll be an adult, and then you'll be like, wait a second, who am I? What am I doing?
And I've seen that.
We all have.
It's scary.
It's very scary, yeah.
But it does take confidence in your ability, kind of out the gate. But
Yeah.
you knew what you were here to do. Do you feel like you've known from a very early age that you were meant to make music and write songs?
Like, I don't want to make it sound like some like spiritual, like I was born to make music, you know?
I was born in the music.
Yeah, exactly. Because I still am not that way. But, you know, like I've always
I like how she doesn't
I was just like any
exaggerate.
other little girl who liked to sing like High School Musical and like make up songs, you know?
I'm soaring, we're flying.
Yeah.
There's not a star in heaven that we can't reach. And if we're trying, we're breaking free. Yeah, we're breaking free.
Oh.
That was nice.
Love.
So,
Love.
who introduced you?
What just happened?
It was nice. I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna fight it.
I'm like still in like nap mode, and this is so weird. Like thinking back to that weird like breakout song, I'm like, what just happened?
Who introduced you to a ukulele?
Once again, super weird like lineup of fate. My mom got a job with like this au pair. Can I say this story? Okay. My mom got this job with like this au pair
So
company,
her mom's
an
with her.
international au pair company. And basically, I don't fully understand it because it was my mom's job and I was really young, but this is what I've grasped. Basically, if an international au pair's family didn't work out, like if they were fighting or if they just weren't a match, they would have nowhere to go because they had no family in the States. They had nowhere, so they would
Yeah.
stay at our house, actually. It's just like young women, all very nice, just from like all over the world. And there was this one woman named Gabriella, I think, and she was from Brazil, if I remember right, and she played the ukulele. And once again, like
Dude.
such a weird just lineup. And yeah, I always looked up to the women because they were older than me. They were in their 20s. I thought they were so cool.
They're cultured.
Exactly. So I looked up to her and I was just like, I loved that she played it, and I would always steal it from her and play it. And then I just got my own, and here we are.
Do you go to your mom and say, "Can you buy me a uke?" Or are you so good on this au pair's uke that your mom needs to get you one?
No. I asked for one for my birthday actually, but at the time I've never been able to hold hobbies. And so especially expensive hobbies, my parents would never get me because I would just throw them away
I
after
get
like
it.
a
Oh,
week.
gosh, she's so cute.
So I never got one. But I think my grandma gave me like $50 for my birthday, and then I used that money to get a ukulele.
Bought it herself.
Why do you feel like it's the perfect instrument for you?
I think I've figured it out, and it's because I'm very impatient with everything. Like, I think that's also why I like singing, because it always came so naturally to me. I hated piano because I had to practice and get good
Me
at
too.
it, and I had to work, and I hate that. I hate working and practicing. And ukulele is such an easy instrument. I mean, obviously you can advance and like get amazing, but you can buy one and learn a song in the same day.
And
You
that's
know?
pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
You feel accomplished.
Exactly. It gives you that validation immediately. And I think that's why, especially at that young age, I really liked it, because I really liked that immediate validation of learning a song. And yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, beautiful human.
Okay, so I was going to do the whole interview, but it's 56 minutes. And the main reason I wanted to watch this was just kind of get a feel for Grace's personality. So I think I'm just going to stop it right here. So I'm sorry if a lot of y'all were hoping I would watch the whole interview. I was actually planning on doing that. But I just wanted to kind of see where she was at 15 years and 2 months. And I'm sure the rest of the interview has a lot of little snippets about many things that would be quite interesting. And I may get back and watch it sometime. But the main thing is I just kind of wanted to see how Grace was in a good interview and what her personality is like. Her personality is so frank and so open and free. And I just love how confident she is. I really like Zack Sang. Seems like a really nice guy. Loves Grace. So boy, that's a check mark in his box right there. But I just love how Grace just doesn't over exaggerate, like he's asking, so did you always know, where you would be, this great musician and stuff? She's like, well, I wasn't, I'm not going to say I was born to do this or anything. She just always kind of, the way she reflects on things before she answers when it's serious, and even asking her mom there, is it okay to talk about the whole au pair thing, knowing what her boundaries are and checking just in case she's going outside of a boundary. That's so mature and thoughtful. She's so genuine and thoughtful and lovely in her personality, open, just has a depth to her that frankly not too many people have, especially people who are 15 years old. My daughter, to brag about her, has a little bit of that, actually, that Grace has, that sort of circumspection and everything. But my daughter and I have been talking thousands of hours in the car, on trips, at the house, and I think a lot of parents don't do that, but Grace seems to have that connection to her parents that my daughter and I have as well. But my daughter's friends, a lot of them don't have that kind of circumspection, but Grace has not just that, but the artistic expression that's just off the charts great. Anyway, I hate to disappoint that I'm not going to watch the whole show, but I really like reacting to music and not so much interviews that are too long. And who knows, maybe I'll circle back around and watch the whole thing, react to the whole thing sometime. But I just wanted to really get a feel for how Grace is when she's sitting down face to face with an adult, a young adult, and being asked questions and how she would respond. And just amazing. I'm just amazed at that sweet, inspirational Grace Vanderwaal. So look forward to y'all's comments, and I'll be doing a music reaction sometime soon as well. Anyway, y'all take care of yourselves, and I will catch you on the backside. Take care. Bye.